What's up, YouTubers? My name is Brennan. This is Super Nerd Hobbyist, and today I'm going to show you how you can make your very own Dark Deku statue. So, I made this project because I absolutely love My Hero Academia, and I absolutely love Season 6 of Dark Deku. It's like my favorite part of it. And I know Season 7 is coming out today, so I'm super excited to see it. I can't wait. So to show my appreciation for that anime and my love for it, I wanted to share everyone how I made this statue with my 3D printer, and I hope you guys love it. Alright, let's get to it. I want to show everyone the 3D printer I've been using because I haven't showed it in my previous videos. So I use the Bambu Labs P1S. This is a really good 3D printer to start out with. This is my first one. It also comes with an AMS that you can load at least 4 different filaments at once. And I make all my projects on these. It is completely encased. And there's my build plate right there. So yeah, that's the 3D printer I use. And I recommend anyone who starts 3D printing to use this one because it's good and ready out of the box. So now to show you how I use the slicer. So this is the 3D model for Dark Deku that I got off of Etsy, and if you've seen my previous videos, this is the same slicer I use for everything. This is Bambu Studios slicer. So I'm gonna make all of these parts. I got the stand, his torso, backpack, arms, his shoes, straps, the clouds towards the base, his waist and pants, his little pockets, the stone that goes over the thing, his gloves, then his little lightning that comes off of his body, the sign, his knees, there's his head, and then dark energy that's called Black Whip that circles around him. So with tree supports, it's going to be 1 day, 8 hours, and 59 minutes. So let's get started.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe?
Now since we printed all the parts, now we just need to take off all of the supports on every one of these pieces. The only piece I do not have here is the big part that is supposed to be on the very top. It's supposed to look like a rocky surface. I'm currently printing that right now. So, and I have about 3 hours until that's done. So, until that's done, I'm just going to take the supports off of these, and we're going to go from there. Okay, let's get to it. And with these lightning bolt parts that go on Dark Deku, these are actually 3D printed using glow-in-the-dark filament, because I wanted to add that extra glowing effect. Even after I spray it, it should still come out. But as you can see, if I put a black light on it, it'll already have that little bit of green in there. So hopefully, after I take this apart and paint it and stuff, it should still stay that way. So let's see what it looks like after I take everything off. Okay, let's get to it. And just to kind of show you what you need to watch out for when taking off these supports, especially if you print something smaller like this, these little ends or pointy ends right here are just as flimsy as the actual supports. So make sure you're watching where the supports are. It's always good to look at it, and you can kind of see right here, this little dotted line. That's where the supports start, so you know that's supports, these are supports. And you just want to be kind of delicate and pry it off as much as you can before you break something. I've already damaged one of the parts, the little gas cloud. As you can see, this little hole right here, I accidentally pried it off and busted it, but since it is a cloud and you're not really going to see it, it's going to be facing this way, I'm just going to sand this down and probably put filler in it, and it'll just look like a weird shape out of this, so it'll work out all in the end. That tip, let's continue taking off these supports, which I only got to do the head and the little lightning bolts left. Okay, let's get started. Alright, for this project I have a lot of pieces that need sanding, or at least a layer of Bondo on it. So for majority of it, I probably won't need to sand most of it, because stuff like the scarf, it doesn't really matter. There's just a lot of detail in there, and it'll take me forever to sand completely, when Bondo's pretty much going to take most of it. The problems I'm going to have are pieces like this that have rough edges right here. I will probably take sandpaper or my Dremel and just go over the edges on this lightly to make sure it's a little bit flatter. Then also some pieces like this too that I broke off, I'll just take Bondo on it and sand that off too when it's dry. And as for the bases, I'm pretty much going to keep it the same. I'm not really going to sand it. I'm just going to put Bondo over it and sand that. And some of these holes right here, I'm probably going to take that Dremel a small bit and get in there and try to get rid of all those extra plastic pieces that are stuck in those holes I couldn't get out from the supports. And I'll probably end up doing the same on some of these parts, like his torso. He has holes in here that don't fit just right with the other pieces, so I'll probably just go over it a little bit with the Dremel. But after that, I'm going to Bondo it, let it dry for an hour, and then sand down each piece as well as I can. And also, you want to make sure whenever you're using a Bondo glazing putty like this that you are wearing eye protection and a mask to cover your face and mouth. We gets none of the dust in there, especially when you're just dusting PLA and, more importantly, Bondo after it dries. So just make sure you keep that in mind. So let's get to it. Now, always when you're sanding down stuff like this and are using products like Bondo glazing putty, after you sand it, it does still leave a dust, so it's good to protect yourself. So make sure you wear some eye protection and a mask that has filters on it, so you don't breathe in all that dust. And if you don't want it on your hands, you can also wear gloves. I'm just gonna have my hand, I'm just not gonna wear gloves, so it'll be fine. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Always think of safety first. Alright, here we go. Now, since that's done, we're just going to wait an hour until this dries and then sand it. As you can see, I didn't do every single piece because it really didn't need much. Like the head, I only really did the top part of the head because it had those rings in it. So after I sand it, this will look pretty cool. Pretty good. So yeah. There's all the pieces. After it's done drying, like I said, I'm going to sand it. And I'm going to use 1200 grit and 2000 grit to sand those. And then it'll be ready to primer and paint. So, let's go. Okay, now we're ready for the painting portion of this. I'm going to airbrush all of these different primers, like body parts like his head or scarf or anything is probably going to be with this primer black to really get those dark colors in there. For the other ones, like his little energy bolts coming out of him, I'm going to use white primer and then paint the color on there to have it more of a glowing effect. That way it comes out a lot brighter. So that being said, let's get started. Now I'm ready to paint his little lightning bolts and his black whip things. So I'm going to start with his little lightning bolts coming off of him, and I'm going to show you the trick of kind of making this glow. Since this is already painted white, we already got that first step done. Now the next step is to paint it with a fluorescent green. Now I'm going to add about 2-3 layers all the way around. So I'll show you how that works. These are his gloves. They're actually white in color, so I'll just airbrush this white and then I'll do the details on the gloves later, which I think are just blue lines right here on the wrist part of that. So I'll do that. And we're going to be using just regular surface primer white.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Now we're going to do the cape and shoulder straps are yellow. So we're going to use this lemon yellow. So, start.
Feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now.
Now the last thing we need to airbrush, of course, is his head, torso, and lower body, which are mostly just his green suit. So I'm just gonna put as much green as possible on pretty much everything, and then I'm gonna paint all the details later, like his mask and all the black lines and stuff on his torso, and then his red belt. So let's get to it. And I'm going to be using this light green. So let's get started. Now these are the arms and side pockets. These are going to be red. I'm going to airbrush these red. Now we're going to paint the clouds around Deku, which they are kind of this pale purple. So I'm gonna airbrush all those, and then in those little divots I'll probably do extra layers to give it more depth, so you'll have light colors and darker colors. Okay, let's get started. So this is his backpack. I completely forgot that it's actually yellow. I thought it was green. So we're just going to go back and color this yellow, and then I'll paint all the little details and all of it later. Okay, let's get going. Okay, now for the fun part. We're gonna paint all the little details on everything and all the parts over here. And we're gonna use these paints and some of these rub and buff, silver and gold. And I might use bronze, we'll see. So the first thing we're gonna try to paint is the base. Usually everyone has this as normal black. It just leaves it alone. I want to do something special, so I'm going to use a little bit of that rub and buff silver. You just need a tiny bit. Put it on a rag and just rub it on there all the way across. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top part silver and the bottom part gold. I think it would look a lot better that way, so let's see how it goes.
I never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do.
This is what the base looks like now. Honestly, I think it's an improvement. It looks really nice. I didn't really do the center because when I put the base on it, it's going to really cover up most of that. So if I can get it on. There you go. Yeah. So it's going to look more like that. I think that looks pretty good, so. And now the next part is the top part of the base, the stone or rock that he stands on. I think for this, I'm gonna lightly brush it with some of this gray acrylic, and then use a little bit of white to highlight the edges. And I'm going to be using kind of like a bristle brush like this. So I'll just lightly go over it. See where we go from there. Make it look more like a rock. Now, since that's done, we have a full base now. That's what we got so far. Pretty good. Now, I'm gonna do Deku's shoes, which is mostly red, and then he has metal parts on the bottom. So we're just gonna use some red paint, and then of course the same silver rub and buff for his shoes. Let's get it going. And the next one we're doing are the legs and his scarf, because they both have these little dots on them, even on the side, and they're supposed to be green in color. So we're going to use this light green, and we're just going to dab it on there on the side, and these parts will be done. Next is the My Hero Academia sign. So, in the letters on top of My Hero Academia, they're gonna be, so the outer side of My Hero Academia will be red, and the words will be yellow or white. The knees letters down here will be yellow, and the outside black. So, I'm just gonna take another paintbrush, get down in there, and just paint as much as I can. Probably use a thinner one, and then I'll just be using these paints right here for red, white, and yellow. Here we go.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre.
So the next part is his pants. All I need to do is paint his belt red, the center part of his belt silver, then he has side stripes which are red or black, so I'll do that.
Out the reservoir, yeah. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots.
Now the next one to do is his torso. I'll need to paint these two shoulder thanes a silver. Then he has 2 black lines towards his abdomen. I'll be doing that.
I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy. Don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get...
Okay, now we're going to do his gloves. They're all white except for 2 little streaks that are on the side. They go all the way around. So I'm going to try to get them as best as I can and get them to show. Alright. Okay, these are the last 2 things. I need to paint brown on the strap parts right here, or little individual squares. And then finally his head. I need to paint a part of his mask black, and the rest is silver. And then paint his eyes black, and his pupils are green. I'll probably use I'll use this fluorescent green for his eyes. They kind of stand out a little bit. Okay, let's get going. Now that everything is done and painted, it's time to put this all together and make one nice looking statue.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't...
And this is what it looks like after. I did have some problems with setting this all the way in, so I just left it as it was. And I did have some of those pieces that go on his body break off because they were super flimsy. I kind of expected that, but other than that, I think it came out really well. For my first statue, I'm actually proud how it turned out. And I used some glow-in-the-dark paints, so some of his stuff, like his stuff that comes off his body, glows, and then his eyes also glow. So, little added features. Absolutely love it. So yeah, and you can tell that's super flimsy, but oh well. I think I did a pretty good job. Hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully you enjoyed it. So, thank you guys for watching my channel. Hopefully you loved it. I enjoyed making my first statue of Dark Deku, and I can't wait to watch the 7th season. So, please like, share, follow, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you. If you haven't, please follow me for more content. Please put in the comments down below what you would like me to do next. So, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.